Meet the 2022 Nissan Navara Pro-4X Warrior, the hardcore off-road version of the updated Navara range. Let's check it out. As with its predecessor, the Nissan Navara N-Trek Warrior released in 2019, the Pro-4X Warrior comes with locally engineered upgrades fitted to vehicles in a final assembly facility in Melbourne after the donor vehicle is shipped from Thailand and before the final product is trucked to dealerships across the country. While about 250 examples have already arrived in Australian showrooms or are in customer hands, this is the first chance we've had to get behind the wheel. The Navara Pro-4X Warrior is Nissan's answer to the Ford Ranger Raptor and Toyota Hilux Rugged X, and falls somewhere between these two rivals in terms of upgrades. The Navara Pro-4X Warrior comes with uprated suspension, more aggressive off-road tyres, wheels which deliver a wider stance, as well as heavy-duty tow points, underbody protection, and a purpose-built hoopless bull bar, now winch-compatible, with an embedded LED light strip. There is no extra power for the twin-turbo 2.3-litre four-cylinder diesel because the investment in finding a few extra kilowatts and committing to a new round of emissions tests are prohibitively expensive. Instead, utes like the Navara Pro-4X Warrior are about improved off-road ability and ratcheting up the tough truck looks. Inside, the Warrior has the same cabin treatment as the Pro-4X on which it's based. Leather seats with Pro-4X stitching on the headrests, Pro-4X stitching on the carpet floor mats, plus the redesigned steering wheel and new 7-inch digital instrument cluster that came with the most recent Navara update. Dual zone air conditioning is part of the package, and there are plenty of charging ports up front, and air vents and another charging port for backseat passengers. The Warrior comes with a sensor key and push button start, auto dimming rearview mirror, and factory tinted rear windows with the sliding rear window opening from other high-end Navara models. Despite the recent updates, the cabin is starting to look a little dated against the newer competition. A common complaint from us and some Nissan Navara owners, the driver's seat is too high, even in its lowest setting. The 8-inch infotainment screen includes Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, digital radio, AM/FM, and embedded navigation. Wireless Apple CarPlay, available on some other utes, is not available on this model. A 360-degree camera, including a rearview camera, is standard. However, the resolution is poor by modern standards, especially at night. 7 airbags are standard, and the Navara holds a 5-star safety rating from 2015. While autonomous emergency braking has been added with the most recent update, the Navara still lacks a number of advanced safety aids deemed basic requirements by modern standards. As this review was published, there were no drive-away prices on the Nissan Australia website. The RRP is listed at $67,490 plus on-road costs for the 6-speed manual and $69,990 plus on-road costs for the 7-speed automatic. These prices translate roughly to $72,500 drive-away for the manual and $73,990 drive-away for the auto, depending on stamp duties in each state and dealer delivery fees. But they calculate to be about $10,000 dearer than the original Navara N-Trek Warrior. We reckon the Navara Pro-4X Warrior needs to be priced closer to the previous generation, given it lacks a range of technology that is standard on most rivals. The good news is the Navara Pro-4X Warrior is still a good open-road cruiser, even though it's had all the hardcore off-road upgrades. At 100 kilometers an hour, the engine's ticking over at about 1800 RPM. It doesn't have the same on-road driving manners as a Ford Ranger or a Volkswagen Amarok, but that's not what this car is about. The approach, departure and ramp over angles are all improved compared to the standard Navara. And boy, does it look the part. In some ways, this footage doesn't do it justice. Downsides? The seating position's still too high. There's no power adjustment for the driver's seat. The rear view camera display is very fuzzy, especially at night, and there's no extra power or bigger brakes. The brakes are small by modern ute standards, and even though the Navara Pro-4X Warrior has benefited from local upgrades, the brakes are one area of improvement yet to be explored. The twin-turbo 2.3-litre engine is okay, but could do with a bit more grunt. Hardcore off-roaders will say Nissan hasn't gone far enough with the Warrior. but Nissan has to abide by global safety and engineering requirements and offer a 5-year warranty on all the upgrades. The off-road upgrades are worthwhile, even if they might seem minor. On a well-made fire trail, like we are now, it's surprisingly comfortable to drive. Nissan has sweat the details and validated and torture tested the components developed and fitted locally by Premcar, the former outfit behind Ford Performance Vehicles. The uprated twin-tube shock absorbers, softer at the front and firmer at the rear than the previous Navara Warrior, are 20% larger in diameter for better cooling, consistency and durability on rough roads. To sum up, the 2022 Nissan Navara Pro-4X Warrior will appeal to ute buyers who want tough truck looks, better off-road performance, or both. It's a turnkey solution with locally engineered, locally fitted and locally tested off-road upgrades that offer the peace of mind of Nissan's 5-year warranty rather than running the gauntlet with non-genuine aftermarket bolt-on parts. The Navara Pro-4X Warrior is missing some key ingredients that are taken for granted on other utes in this price range. It lacks the refinement of some rivals, and the too tall driving position won't suit all tastes. But it closes the gap to the capability of the Ford Ranger Raptor and Toyota Hilux Rugged X, and for some buyers, that's all that matters. To read the full review on the 2022 Nissan Navara Pro-4X Warrior, go to Drive.com.au. Please hit like if you've enjoyed this video, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any future updates.